There's a general piece of advice when you're writing about your childhood, when you're writing about those ages, under 10 years old, and that is to make sure the style you use matches the age that you're writing about. Now, some people disagree with that. They say that, you're writing in the present time and the language that you use today should be used to write about when you're 6 years old or 7 years old or 8 years old. And I can see both sides of the debate, but I think sometimes we need to err on the side of simplicity when we're relaying stories from our childhood. And I give you an example of a paragraph that is written in a little bit of a different way. Now, the character in this piece is about 8 years old. And let me read the paragraph, and I think you'll see what I mean once I finish reading it. Esma'u ya habibi, said my father before taking a long pause. Two things struck me about the way he spoke. First, his usually robust tone now faded dimmer than a candlelight. Second, and more alarming, he spoke in Arabic. Arabic is my father's first language, but he always spoke to us in English. He endeavored to support the language of our tuition. He strove to enhance our fluency. This time, he had a serious message to convey. This message eclipsed his compassion. It overshadowed his fatherly cuteness. There was no translation. The void of his pause was filled with the roar of the engine. My peaceful father thundered through the highway as if law came to an end. So as I read that out, you probably got a sense of a kind of elevated language. Robust is one word he uses. Endeavored, enhance, eclipsed, overshadowed, translation. These are big words. These are adult words. These are words that come through education and are more likely to be used in academic writing, formal kind of reports, and so on. But if you could read the rest of the story, you would learn that the boy he's under 10 years old. He's with his father and the rest of his family in a car in a foreign country, and they get into a car crash. And and the father. It's a longer story, and it gets into the driving of the car and these kind of things. But as you'll note, it's not written as if the author is under 10 years old. Again, you can make an argument that, the author can write in any style he wants. And if he's writing as an adult, he can use words like endeavored or enhance or strove or eclipsed. But I feel in this case, if it weighs down the beginning of the scene, it weighs down our reading of it. It's a bit more to process some of these big words. It gets him into some abstractness that we don't usually like in narrative for memoir writing. So I would suggest to the author to tone it down. It doesn't have to be so simple that, it's like a 5-year-old talking. But I think here it just doesn't quite work. And through the rest of the story, it's a little too heavy in the style, too adult for the moment.